Hey everybody, happy Thursday night to all you beautiful people. It is February 11th, 2021. It is another day that the Lord has made. We should rejoice and be glad in it. So I'm excited tonight. For those of you who joined us earlier today for um the encore live of Unmute Yourself on last Friday night. That was amazing. I was still blown away. And so I'm excited for you guys to be back with us tonight. I was scrolling down Facebook trying to share this, and I saw there was quite a few people who were going live at this time. But listen, when you got a message, when you got something to share, it doesn't matter who else is up. You come and you do your thing. And so for those of you that's going to tune in to us for the first time tonight, say hello to us in the chat. For those of you that's going to be on YouTube, welcome and hello to all you beautiful people. So if you saw this flyer and a post, for those of you following me on student teacher page, you saw the post that I posted maybe 2 or 3 days ago. I said, this is a picture I had up. I said, I probably get the hand on the shoulder from this guy. This guy's my dad, and this is my sister, my only sister, my little sister by blood. And so I'm excited her and her business partner own Speak Life with me tonight. And so you get to meet her. Her name is Ashley Walden Davis. She is the founder of Unlock Creative. Hopefully you guys went over to the website, check them out. If there's something you want to connect with them on, definitely connect with them on. They are a coaching and consulting firm, which you can read here, but I definitely will share that for some of you. It's a coaching and consulting firm with the mission to mature, develop, and grow, Black leadership in the creative, nonprofit, and entertainment industry. And when I read this the other night, I say, wow, because some of you may know we're doing a book collaboration, Maryland Meets Mississippi, talking about the heart of a leader. And so I was like, man, I wonder, how I could do some type of collaboration with them on that. So I'm really excited tonight. So I'm actually going to bring my sister out first. So you get to meet her, and then we'll get into the business part of what they do. So I want you guys in the chat box, for those of you that's on YouTube, to give it up for my little younger sister, Ashley Davis Walden. Woo!
Hi, I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me on your show. I was like, oh, you want me to come? So thank you so much. And since I'm not on social media, y'all, you'll meet my co-founder. She does all the social. So thank you for putting a good picture of us up. That was a pretty good picture. So thank you for putting a nice picture.
Oh, you're welcome. So I share with them. That's Miss Lansonette. She's one of the co-authors in one of anthologies I did last year called Unmute Yourself. But I was sharing with them the other night. I said, you get to meet my younger sister, who she's very, very professional, and then you have me. So y'all can see her right there. She is like the very, very professional one, and then you have the student teacher. So I'm excited. She says that this is an exclusive interview because she doesn't do the social media like that. So then it made me feel even more special that she said yeah. So I'm just thankful and grateful. Do y'all think that this I think so? Do y'all think we looking like
is this right here? And Simone is my only sister. So too, is my only sister.
You're my only sister.
I know you said that, and I was just saying it back. So this is what is the same.
So we look alike in our cheeks. And I don't know how many you saw the picture that I put up of our dad, but if you see him when he smiled,
it's the Walden. That's the Walden. And y'all see, I still rep the Walden. I don't drop the Walden.
Yeah, she's still Ashley Davis Walden. That is too funny. Wow. So what made you say yes because we have been talking about this for a while. So what made you say, okay, I'll do it?
Only because it's you. You nurture relationships. And I think this is a great way to reconnect. And considering the pandemic, and we live like 10 states away, I don't know when we're going to see each other in person again, since we actually follow the rules, unlike some people that we know. So I'm happy to spend time with you, and I'm so excited about your work. And I actually think we got the same nose, they say. And I actually think it's going to be interesting because our work connects. But one unique thing I had told Simone for folks, we have together in our pod, we have two other brothers. And the thing that I said was that all of us were entrepreneurs. And I'm the late one to the game of being an entrepreneur, technically. I feel like I'm a necessity entrepreneur, which we'll go into that. Like always worked for other companies. So they did it, the Seminate did me. So I was like, we have that in common. And that's not necessarily normal that all kids in a family would be business owners, and we have all different kind of businesses, trucking business, from blue collar business to white collar business. So I actually think it's really cool, and I hope this year is starting the next phase of a beautiful relationship where we can grow in Christ and grow our businesses together. So that's why I said yeah, because it was you. I was gonna say yeah, I wasn't gonna say no, but then I had to bring my partner though, so that she could talk more.
Yeah. So, guys, and one thing that she said was that we were trying to build our relationship back up, and I never talked public, and I would say, y'all, my social media is real factual, but it's not real time. I share a lot about me, but there are certain parts, like especially with my family, I don't post unless it's tailored to my testimony. And so I never talked about her a lot because we didn't talk to each other a whole lot. So now that you see her, like, and then you see her business, so you never know how it's all gonna work out. So I'm excited about that. So again, thank you for being here. And then her co-founder did, so we have like the notes and stuff. And so speaking of the co-founder, like when I looked at this flyer again, well, it wasn't the one I sent you guys, your own individual flyer, and it says she is the alchemist.
She's a producing alchemist, but it depends on which day. So Candace's name changed. So if you come to our website, if she emails you, so Candace changes her title every week. So, but right now she's the producing alchemist of Unlock Creative.
When I seen it, I said, that is so her. That is so her. So guys, listen, we gonna add Candace up here to the mix because I think she makes. I see like how now they can make a good team with each other, and so we're gonna bring Candace, the producing alchemist, Candace Feldman.
That's hilarious. I was like, oh no, which title did I put for this one?
Exactly.
Because we're Black women, we are myriads of things. We have so many roles, so many titles. Which one is it going to be this week? Or, love it.
Funny, but you know what I love about that is that tells me that you're not caught up on titles, because there's a lot of people, and I see this especially in ministry. Lord have mercy. People get caught up on a title, and if you don't address them by the correct title, it be like the whole whatever you asking, whatever you need. You don't even get past that. You have to get through the correcting of my title, but that lets me know that you're comfortable in who you are and what you do, and that at any given time you can go into any space and operate based on what you need to do. And so, I appreciate about you, alchemist.
Which is really, that's the part she can just keep, is the alchemist part. It can swap out the rest.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm happy that y'all are here. So, guys, hopefully you did your due diligence to go and look on their website. But I'm gonna professionally introduce them so you can kind of know more about what they do individually and with their company, because I think they have such a great mission. And I'm just excited that she has joined the entrepreneur world. And even though all of us with our my dad has four children. So it was my older brother, then me, then Ashley, and our younger brother. And even though we have different moms, how something must have been in his genes where it said, okay, my children are going to be entrepreneurs. And so I'm excited about that. So Ashley Walden Davis, she is the founder and the executive director of Unlock Creative. Ashley is a proven leader, change agent, and visionary. She's a focused executive who effectively manages day-to-day operations of multi-layer organizations while keeping equity and inclusiveness in the forefront. Ashley has 15 years of experience in nonprofit management and community based arts business administration. She is a diligent producer who is driven by authenticity and a love for people. So I want to Let me see. Is my sound, my applause gonna go? Yay to Ashley Davis Walden, aka yeah,
Thank you.
teacher
Y'all so
little
crazy. Thank
sister.
you.
So welcome again. Now I'm gonna introduce the co-founder, the alchemist herself, Miss
Yeah.
Miss Candace L. Feldman. She is a co-founder and lead artistic and producing alchemist at Unlock Creative. Candace is the daughter of a Zimbabwean father and Hawaiian mother. Ooh, she has 15 plus years of experience as a creative director and theater director with a history of presenting award-winning performances in the arts, entertainment industry, and live television. In Brooklyn, New York, Candace honed her creative producing skills during her 7-year tenure at 651 Arts and had the opportunity to explore her love of performing arts through the African diaspora. I had to practice that word, but I hope I got it right. So,
Diaspora. Yes.
diaspora. Okay, guys, give it up for Candace. Woo!
Love that.
I have two like sisters in the Lord. They from Brooklyn. One of them told my name is Nakia. She was actually on with us last Friday. She says, I always think you from Brooklyn until I hear you talk. And then I realized you're definitely from down south. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely.
Exactly right. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
like I'm definitely from down south. So, ladies, I'm gonna allow you two to kind of just share about your business, what you guys are doing, maybe what you're looking for, who do you help, who you serve. So I'll let you kind of have that dialogue with one another, and then I'll kind of ask you questions. We can take questions. If you have any questions in the audience, guys that are listening, you can put them in the chat box, and I'm pretty sure that they will ask them if I pull them up. So, ladies, tell us a little bit about Unlock Creative. First of all, how did y'all get the name, Ashley?
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say I can start. So I think it's I'll stay our story first. So you have to listen for a few minutes. I'll tell our story and then I'll say how I got the name. So Candace and I, so folks know, Candace and I have been friends for like 10 years. So the cool part about Candace is like she's an adult friend of mine. Cause you know how you have friends that you've had before and you're like just you're their friend because you're before. So Candace and I are chosen friends who want to be in each other's lives. So we're adult professional friends for 10 years. So I met her in New York when I went to 651 when I was still in graduate school and she was working at that organization in New York. So I think that's important. We like didn't really keep in touch, but it's like we had love for each other. So if we saw each other, we was cool. But then like 5 years later, we met at a conference after I had graduated grad school in New Orleans. And Candace was like, hey girl, hey, like how Candace is. It was like, hey, come do this stuff with me. And I was like, okay. And then we started doing this stuff together. And we ran this organization that we created. I call it like a club. It was called the Next Gen National Arts Network. But it was more of a club because it never was formally incorporated. But we did that for like 4 years. And it was for next generation artists. Or kind of like next gen, like so folks who were in the emerging probably 2030s. But in a way, we aged out that group ourselves, right? So we had said, Candace had said, oh girl, we should have our own consulting business. But then we both got busy. I have a baby, time goes on. So fast forward all the way to last year, 2020. I had been working at an organization called Alternate Roots, who serves artists and activists. I worked there for 7 years. For me, I knew it was time for a change, but I didn't know quite when I wanted to have that change. So I feel like God did this. This is all in God's plan. Everything that I said I wanted, this other job came available that fit what everything I said. And I had prayed about it. I was like, okay, let's do it. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Like the second day, I knew that job was not for me. So I was like, okay, we're gonna see. The first weekend I worked that job, I incorporated my LLC. Because to back up, I had always said that I needed a formalized consulting because we consulted on the side. We just didn't have a formal business. And so in my journal in 2020, I had said, one of my goals for the year is like, God bless this LLC. In my mind, it was just get the LLC. But little did I know, you all know what happened last summer with the Black uprisings and just what was going on in the world, the pandemic. I have a 5-year-old son. Well, I worked that job 30 days. And then I was like, actually, Juneteenth, I quit. And then the business took off. See, I couldn't get a hold of Candace. I had been calling her and texting her, and she, because I wanted to tell her, but then I just dropped the bomb. I was like, I quit, and she called me immediately, like, "What, girl? You just got a new job." And I will say, in a way, the rest was history. And what I say is, I actually think, hi, Linda. I actually think the Lord put that
That's my
opportunity.
mom. That's my mom.
Is that your mom? Hey, long time no see. But I see, I got all like sidetracked. Nice to see. I want to see your face. It's been a long time. Sending you lots of love. I grew up with her. But so anyway, in 2020, in the summer during the uprisings, we started. I started off the business, and Candace was working at her job and needed a shift. So Candace was like, "Oh, in 3 years, I'm gonna come and work with." In 8 weeks, she quit her job. So one thing I tell people when they come through our program and hang around us, hey, you might quit your job. It's not something that we're trying to do, but every cohort, and we'll talk about our program, people do quit their job. And I do think y'all probably know this. Where the world is today, you can't treat Black people any kind of way anymore. People aren't taking it. And that is, if you look up our business, our whole model is to support other Black creatives to thrive. And like I said, God lined everything up, because I will say that 30 days in that job, I read like 1,000 pages of things. I was just learning. I took it all in. And in those 30 days, some of the things I learned have helped me to grow the business. And then when Candace was ready to leave, she was trying to hang on to that little piece, that I ain't gonna say piece of job. See, that's my country self. Like, she was trying to hang on to that piece of job, but because it wasn't piece of job, but it wasn't what she needed to be at that moment. And then I'm gonna hand it over to Candace. But she came on with me, and it's like together when we pray at the beginning of every meeting. And I say all this before even saying what the business is, because I think it's relevant to this show. That's what bonds us. We already have this other bond that is beyond, okay, we do work for good, we have a social enterprise, but we feel like this is a calling from God to help support other people grow. So who better than people who've been in this position to help other people grow than us? And we know how hard it was to get a Black mentor in the arts and entertainment field. I didn't get one till that year I met Candace, that first year, and they sent me to New York. I didn't say this part, for her mentor to mentor me. Mind you, I'm at a school where tuition is $32,000 a year, but you don't have a Black mentor around me to mentor me. You need to send me across the country. So that is a lot of impetus, and I'll hand it over to Candace for you to tell it from your point of view, but a little impetus about like why we started the business, but then our relationship with one another that allows us to be equal co-founders and work together. So Candace?
I never get tired of hearing that story. That might be somewhat arrogant, but I love hearing our story because it's such a good story.
I don't want to interrupt you, but that is a good story. This is my first time hearing it, but I can listen to that like 16 times. I like that story.
It's a good story. And I like how Ashley always takes it all the way back, because I think that's really important to also reflect on how, God's divine purpose has always been in place. It just, the timing was ultimately his where we would link up and do this. But thinking back on it, I can't help but think about our work at Next Gen and how I think that's when Ashley and I really figured out, like, we do really well together. Like, listen, we got something going on here. It's special and everything, because we did that for 4 years. And the purpose of that was to help with transition, succession planning, emerging, not just artists, but arts administrators, because we were in that plane where we weren't emerging. We were kind of established, but we were thinking about our next move, our executive leadership. And because we created this, all 4 of the founders of Next Gen within that 4 years went from kind of middle management to like executive leadership. So, I mean, we graduated out of the program as successful graduates of something that we created that we needed. So what I'm saying is I realized in that moment that if I work with Ashley, what I want, I can make for myself. And so I was like, we should do stuff together because this is the dream team. And then, of course, we had jobs, we had lives, we did what we are normally told, go to this job, da, da, da. So I worked in the arts and everything, and I had one specific position that really kind of drove me a little nuts because it was so oppressive. It was, me, the only Black person in leadership and being a Black woman. It was just really difficult. And after I would tell Ashley about it during this time, and sometimes I wouldn't because I can be flighty and stuff. And then God got me out of a bad situation. I left, and then I started this other job. And even though I was doing great work and I believed in the artistry and the company and everything, there was still a void. You know what I mean? Like I just wasn't fully fulfilled in it. And with everything and I'm a very political person too, I can be. And then when 2020 hit with COVID and the racial injustice of that just continuous oppressive beatdown of white supremacy, I was just, I can't just sit on the sidelines. Like that's not who I was created to be. Like, that's not how my parents raised me. And so when Ashley texted me, I quit my job, I was like, what? And she's like, can I start my own company? I was like, boop, 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 boop. What? Tell me that too. And she was like, yeah, girl. And she was like, after what you went through in that one place, I was like, this is not the place for me. I'm not, this won't work. And I was like, I want to work for you.
I know. And I was like, really?
Literally.
Candace and Deontay, my mentee, I was just like, I'm going to feed this baby out here. I'm going to feed this baby. And I was like, y'all want to work with me? And then honestly, Candace is why we have a business. So when she did quit her job, that's what was like, you have to be the co-founder because this is what was happening. She won't work it no more. She was always, I'm like, girl, you own your online email too much. You got a real job. Like, you on your online email all the time.
Oh, that's right. I already knew that shift was happening internally because I think sometimes we know our own clocks. We know when the spirit's guiding us a different way. We know that tug. And yeah, I had this whole idea like 2 to 3 years, Ashley, I'm going to come on full time. I'll just start on part-time now, blah, 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 blah. 8 weeks later, I was like, no, like literally 2 weeks after that, I was like, can I start now?
And then
can I go ahead and just start as soon as possible? Because like, I just need to be doing this work. I just need to be helping Black women. I just need to be helping our people. Like, I just can't not answer that call anymore. It didn't feel right in my spirit. But the best part of it was that just to say the blessing of taking that step of trusting God and moving in faith is that once that step was taken, Ashley and I are at a place right now where we got so used to speaking our dreams and speaking life to things and speaking it to God and everything. Well, God was turning it around faster than we would even imagine. We were like, okay, maybe don't say that one until like 2 months later because God be listening to me like, oh, you want that? Here you go. And it's an incredible place to be safe, secure with a partner that, encourages you to dream, reminds you that you have no limitations and all that stuff. I mean, it's what I want for other people, like to understand what it feels like to be healthy in your career and supported and like unbothered, So that, I mean, I got more to say, but I'm sure I'll say it later, but that's the tea.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, we probably can, Simone, you can ask us questions, but we probably should say exactly what we do because we didn't say that yet.
So I'm going to let you say that, but so last night I came on, did a Facebook Live, and I told them, I said, guys, listen, the night before, that was Tuesday, I literally almost quit my job. I call my friend and I say, I hate teaching. I'm quitting. So when I heard y'all say that, I was like, let me go with this. I can really quit for real because I'm sick of teaching. I'm sick of it. Like, I'm sick of it, sick of it, sick of it. And so the way you guys are talking, it is really just like making me say, I can step out of faith because it's so much I could do with a student teacher, but I'm so bound by time because so much of my time is teaching in the morning, and then by the time I finish, it's draining and stuff. So
exactly.
Thank y'all for sharing that. When I quit, y'all here's on War with my mama up here. I didn't tell her because she get all freaked out. But mama, I'm gonna quit and I'm gonna make it work. So don't you worry, okay?
I mean, okay, in this to have to say the testimony and Candace always, I talk numbers because numbers are real. Because when you say that, people don't. So what made me be able to leave through a friend? That's why I believe in our network. So when you check out our website, Creative Flowers, the contract I got that I was like, okay, it was $12,000. I said, okay. Well, I know I got 3 full months, but matter of fact, I could stretch it to about 6 months. And if I really needed to, I could stretch it to 12. I was like, I could beg, borrow, and fill up on some food. Ain't nobody gonna let eat and go hungry now. I was like, we might not have no ice in this mug, but we be in this house. So I was like, but that's like, I never had to get to that point. And in 6 months, I replaced my income from that job. Wow. So when I say those things and we say them, I think it's important to say, but the thing, because think about how hard you work at your job, your favorite job, but then the one you hated that your boss was on. You don't even have to do that much work for yourself and get that return. The return came back when we came in this year. Again, to be transparent, in January, we already booked, we have enough income for 6 months already right now.
Wow.
Right now. And that is God.
Yeah.
And to say it's like you can when you put that energy in yourself. Because think about it, you're working in a machine that's multi-million dollars, whatever. The energy you putting in, you're getting a smidgen, what, 40, 60, 80, even the high end that maybe getting 100. But if you did that for yourself, if you on this call and have $100,000 job, I promise you, if you did that same amount of work for yourself, you would have over $100,000 because that is just how it is. But what I don't want to diminish, and this is why we exist, it's scary. It's like, what form do I got to fill out? How do I have to incorporate? What do I need to do? How do I get health insurance? All those things. And those are valid concerns that you need to name because we don't want you homes. We need to have a plan. So it's like, if you're ready to go, we want you to leap. I do believe leap in the net will appear, but I ain't saying just be like careless. Let's get a plan. Let's look on the healthcare marketplace. Hey, if you're going to be unemployed right now, this is a good time. You get that extra $600 from the government. Let's have a plan to do this, to go into your dreams. And again, this is kind of getting but it's like, but you need someone to tell you. And I will say, and this is not to get too, it's a lot of things that other privileged people, that's often white people do. And you be like, how do they do that? But then like, when we start doing it, like Candace and I, we're going to talk to you about it. We have 3 businesses now. It actually ain't that hard, but they ain't been telling us the secret because they don't want us to do it. So when you really start to say, hey, I want to do this goal, and you connect with the right people. And the thing is, our people are craving. We have a CPA that she's not even a CPA. She an accountant, and I'm going to shout her out. Donna Carter, Black woman, master's taxation, hooking us all the way up. It's people who want to help us get our stuff together. So I think if we name what we want to do and say it, and like what Candace say, I believe this. And in this case, everybody does believe in God and Jesus, but I'm in rooms where sometimes people don't. But even if you don't, people believe in manifestation and positivity and science of just speaking what you believe. And we believe that everything we speak comes to fruition. And again, we're not just sitting around waiting for, like, not doing nothing, waiting for God to do it, but he'll just come up and bless us up on some stuff that we were like, oh, we want this partnership with a corporation. And that people just email us, be like, hey, we want to feature you. Well, that's God. Because we do that. Like, I didn't know nobody. So I'm gonna stop a little bit there.
I just want to tag back in because Ashley, you just brought up something just to celebrate and testify to the name. We started. I can't even make this stuff up. I was testifying about this last night to a colleague, and I was just like, yeah, I just, when it's so perfectly smooth and miraculous, it can only be God. We started 2021. The first day we came back to work, getting a corporate partner and a grant. That's how we started our year. And it's
that
just
we
like,
didn't apply for. That we didn't apply
we
for.
didn't apply for, that we didn't ask, that we didn't invite, that we just, we just met, or, we were trying to do the labor. We were trying to, and they're like, you know what, we're just going to do this for you. And we're like,
thank you. Thank
okay.
you, God.
We're just like, Ashley, let's time how we speak life to things, because we're booked to like June of all these blessings. So it's just a really, it's a confirmation of God, of God's provisions and protection. And I love that, especially in Ashley and I's field, in the arts and the creative sector, we don't have a lot of time to just have like go to Jesus moments and everything, but we show our faith in other ways. But now it's just so obvious. How can you not testify about it? It's just like, oh, that's nothing but God,
I love that. And you know what I'm learning? Everybody is called. So I think everybody's called to a different arena. Like I know I'm called to the academic space, just not in the teacher, not what I'm doing right now. And you guys are called to the art space. So everybody goes in their different realms of influence to, to make a difference however y'all are. And so I really like listening to this. Is like, of course, we never planned what you guys was gonna say. We just said, come on, talk about your business. And to hear this is really encouraging me. Like, Simone, you can do this, man. Like,
I told you, girl, when people listen to us, they be quitting their jobs. I literally put out like it's a disclaimer now. So y'all, you need to go home and ask your husband or your mama if you can come to this, because they're gonna be mad at us. But so I'm gonna go ahead and say, kind of talk about what we do. So because this is Candace and Ashley, and this is actually kind of, you are really getting exclusive because we haven't talked about this on any public space. So Candace and Ashley as a duo, this was in our dream team session. Candace plus Ashley, professional business partners, are Cashlyn, aka Cashley. And that, if y'all didn't see Candace's fans, she has her fans over there. So our three entities that make up Cashlyn Enterprises is all to support Black creatives, and specifically Black women creatives. So the website that you received is Unlock Creative Coaching and Management Solution LLC, and that's what most people know us in the world is for. Unlock Creative, that's our consultancy that you can hire us to do program design, help you start your business, and we help from individuals to organizations, and you can check out all those services. But basically, Candace had the MBA and I have the MFA, but we do the reverse stuff. But between the two of us and our 9 consultants, we basically can help you run your business in any aspect. And our whole focus is leveraging all of this Black talent to help Black businesses. Because for so long, all of us, even not just me and Candace, even the other consultants, are giving our energy and time, oftentimes to mostly predominant white spaces. So that's where our priority. Does it mean we won't have white clients? No, but those clients who want to hire us need to be creating environments where Black people thrive. So we will help you and support you, and we also lean in with Black lives, because we believe if Black lives can thrive in your organization, probably all the other lives can thrive at your institution more than likely, because that's usually where it's lacking. So there you have Unlock Creative. That's the consultancy. Then our 501c3, which is under the same name, but it's Unlock Creative Foundation Inc. But again, you won't ever have to do that unless you want to write some checks, which you can donate on the website. So if you want to write some checks, all that work is the work that we do to support our women with fellowships. We help offset the cost of some of those professional development and coaching. So that's all of the kind of the charitable end of our work. So customers that can pay, they pay, kind of go through the consultancy. Folks who need more support, that's where we kind of offer our programs for free. And then finally, all of this work is to create wealth for us. And we have created the National Black Women Creative Cooperative, which is a Black woman worker-owned co-op. And you'll see that soft launch this spring. But again, that's already an entity. So again, we have 3 businesses that come up under Candace and Ashley that we steward. And again, this is just a tidbit for folks listening. The 501c3, which is a nonprofit structure, is very limiting. That's why we have the LLC and the cooperative structure. Each structure does different functions. And again, this is sometimes things that you wouldn't just know. But when you get through this, so that's why we have 3 different entities, because the different entities allows you to do different things. So that's Cashland Enterprises, and that's like a whole of our work. But through unlockcreative.org, if you go there, you can get connected with everything. So Candace, did I miss anything?
You slayed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
I love hearing you talk. I was like, we do all these things.
Oh, Simone, come on back with us, sis.
All right, let me unmute, because when y'all started talking, I wanted to spotlight y'all right there. That's like cool. So I when we talked, like, I knew what you did, and I know you shared like different things with me. Now I'm like, okay, guys, she definitely can help me. I can be one of their clients to get this student teacher up and going for real. Like, wow. And how even Candace talked about how like y'all started off with a grant that you didn't apply for, and you had a partnership where people are just reaching out to you. Like, that's amazing. And I just pray that God continue to bless you guys' business so y'all can continue to just do more and to help and to impact more people, because this is like good. One thing you said, now I wrote that down, that if you helping Black leaders, if they thrive, and then every other diverse group of people will definitely thrive in your business. So this is like good. So actually, now I said, other than I was gonna quit, I was like, well, let me just get another little job, keep a little something. So I know when you first told me about your job, he's like, I got a new position, and he was excited about it. What was and this is for you and Candace, but what was your turning point when you like, nah, I want to work here. I thought this was a good place for me, but what made you say you didn't want to work there?
Well, I'll just be frank, and I did tell them this in a professional way. I mean, they don't know how to talk to people, but you can't talk to me any kind of way. And the thing is, and I said this, my parents never talked to me like that. So no grown person, and I'm grown now, you gonna talk to me any kind of way. And we just don't believe that. Like, I thought about it because I'm strong enough that I could be that. But then I was like, I don't want to come to work and talk nasty to you every day. Yeah. Like, that's not what I want to do. I could do that, but I actually don't want to be that person, because that's not who I am. And like, to stay in that environment, that's what I would have to do, because you're not going to walk over me. But then I was like, I don't want to turn myself into that. And so honestly, with everything that happened, and the pandemic has been what it is, but it was divine, because my son is 5. I need to homeschool him. Okay. And really working at that job was going to be untenable. Like, it wasn't going to be tenable when you have that negative energy trying to do this. So again, I always say, I think it was God's carrot. Just like, okay, go over here real quick. And I'll have to say this too. Alternate Route, shout out to them, because they're one of my clients still. So the job I left that I love, I still have a really good relationship with them. So it's like that 30-day job, it kind of was just like a blur. That's all I call it. It was like a little 30-day zhuzh. Yeah. And I'll say this on this, because we're talking about God, how God will do you though. They gave me a severance. Think about that, because I said I leave in peace. I don't deserve no severance. I'm working for 30 days. I'm good. And that's just God. Because I ain't talking bad about them. I'm not that one to write an open letter or whatever. I'm like, you know what? Because God gonna get you what? God gonna get you way before I'm gonna go and do my thing. And like, I never even say the name. If you want to know, you can go Google them and Google me and find out. But I just be like, I leave in peace. But all of that was happening at that moment, God stacked it up. So that was like another check. So I was like, oh, another month. We got to December. So it's like every time little opportunities just skyrocket. And I was like, you know what? You can trust God. I knew you could trust God, but just to be like, when they say if he'll show up, test him. And that's why when Candace was ready to go, I was like, we got you, Candace. We can do this. We are partners. We can do this together. And he got us. And I believe in our network. I believe in God. I believe in Black people to support us, that we're going to be all right. And also, like, we don't live crazy, extravagant lives. So it's like, really, when you think about what you need, and this is the last thing I'm going to say, not to take up too much space, sometimes those high-powered jobs, you need them, because how much you spending on therapy, how much you spending on parking, how much you spending on lunch, how much you spending on childcare. I don't need all that extra money, to be honest, because I just live simply. But sometimes you have the job, and if the job is costing you $30,000 for the job, how much are you really making from the job?
That's good.
That's my last thing I'll say right now.
Oh, that's good. And then, Candace, you remember she said she was kind of tired. You see, she all fired up, right?
They got me fired
I don't like to talk and but if you give me the mic, I can go. I love my partner. You know, I mean, I think the thing about it is, this is what I would, advise to anybody and that is considering a career change. Some people, we were talking about this the other night on our Creative Flowers Professional Sister Circle that we do as one of our programs.
Can y'all share about that too? Invite in case someone wants to join.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that back to Ashley because she does a really good job of explaining things, and I do the it's kind of like, and I do the artistic weird stuff, and she'll just tell you what it really is. But it is a phenomenal program where we bring.
What were you talking about though? Finish your sentence first. You were talking about. Go ahead.
There it goes.
So you were talking about.
So we were talking about it the other night, and basically there are moments in your life, your career, growing pains, moments to pivot your career. Look for, when you are coming to that crossroad of, do I go to grad school or do I just invest in my experience? Or there's other pivots when you're in an organization, you're in a job, you're in an environment where it is not healthy for you, right? So I was in a job from 2016 to 2018 that was really good for my career, was that next place that I wanted to be. But it almost cost me my life. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about what is wealth, what is comfortable, what is riches and stuff like that, what is your wealth? My life is more important than money, right? My mental health is more important than that salary, or the way you talk to me, the way you treat me, the way you buy. For instance, one of the examples that I have is, just to give you an idea of like how traumatic it was there. Being the only Black woman in a leadership position, you're going to get a lot of haters and people that just don't want you to be there, expect you can do the job or deliver. Or you can have things like what I had, where they just needed you because you had color, you were approachable, you were likable, but they needed some diversity to get some extra money from people of color. My dean would roll up his program and bop me on the head in front of our donors, in front of our staff meetings. There were just ways, and it wasn't just him, it was other people. It just became this thing. It was like, how can we reduce this person to let her know your only function here is to do what I say? 2 years of that, couldn't take it anymore. At 34, I went into the hospital because I was on the verge of a stroke. And that's when I was just like, okay, that's a sign. Check your signs, ladies. You have women's intuition and the Holy Spirit inside of you. When it starts knocking on that door, open it. Listen, trust me. Don't go where I did. Didn't listen to that sign. Thought I could still do it. Wanted to suffer through. Wanted to prove a point. Wanted to change the institution. All this radical stuff. Wanted to put everybody else first before my own life. had a bad evening. Emotions were high. Alcohol was full. Depression was on point. And I tried to, like, I just thought to myself, I would rather go to sleep tonight and never wake up than to go to work tomorrow. Don't do that. Don't get to my point. When I finally wrote my letter to resign, I remember saying to myself, I want to do something to make sure that no other Black woman has to go through that again. I want to dedicate my life into that. And so with what we're doing at Unlock, I'm fulfilling that passion. God woke me up the next day. He kept me alive. He sustained me so that I could do this work that we don't have to suffer through. We don't have to put up with it. You're not crazy. That's trifling. You don't deserve that. We deserve more. We demand more. And at minimum, if you can't even give me respect, we have nothing else to do with each other right now. So that's when I know, like, that's how I would say that's not where you want to be to realize you want out that job. Try to get there in that 30 days or less that Ashley learned.
Thank you, Candace. Thank you.
Wow. That's powerful. Yeah. And you know what? It's powerful. But I know a lot of people kind of go through that. Like, I take therapy now. I don't know if it's related to my job. I don't like that job. I don't think it's related to the job. But even in my mind the other day, I was like, man, if I quit, then I'm gonna have to pay full price for the therapy, not realizing that my whole mental being is much more important than a copay. So thank you for.
Well, girl, see, you didn't have good insurance too long. See, living in the arts industry, we understand. I didn't had Obamacare for the longest time. Y'all can have some insurance. And matter of fact, I don't know why y'all keep thinking this. It's better if you ain't got no job. You ain't gonna pay nothing for your insurance. So y'all be killing me with that. But I know it's because y'all ain't used to having. But in the arts, we don't get good insurance. So I've been on all the different plans. Like every year, I have a different plan. So that's what I was like, talk to somebody. It's stuff that you think is a thing. It's not. And I'll tell you, it's tools that we use to hook you up. If insurance is something important to you, to not have marketplace or whatever, like it's stuff. We got, insurance brokers. It's all kind of stuff. So, and that is what we want to preach. The things why people stay at jobs. It's so many solutions to those problems. So that's why it's like, if you want to move, then let's figure out the plan to support that.
Yes.
And the co-op, just to say the full picture, we want to help people along the way, but that's why the co-op exists. So people can be owners in the co-op. So for some people who don't want to be an owner of their own business, we want to build the Black Women Creative Co-op so you can get dividends from that. And our goal, we're partnering with a partner. It's not public yet, so I won't say the name, so that they can get access to those things like healthcare, like those different types of needs. So, but that is what we want to promote, because for so many people, that's why they wouldn't leave their job. But again, it made it a little bit easier for me, right? I'm not used to that. Like, I don't got government benefits. I always had arts healthcare, which wasn't probably not that great. So I was like, oh, I'll give me some Obamacare. I sure will. I mean, and they got all kind of plans. For y'all who don't know, who got real jobs, they got Blue Cross and Blue Shield. They be having Aetna. It depends on what state you live in. And actually, Seminary, you live in a good state. These southern state people don't expand healthcare. I'm digressing, but these are points that's actually important. Some people, y'all live in really good states to have some of these things, because some of these states aren't, like, they don't have resources, but you're in a state that probably got extra resources. Like, your unemployment check would just be more than somebody that live in Alabama. So just to say, it's a whole lot of in between the plan A and the plan B. But yeah, and girl, I get friends and family on my therapy. My insurance never covered my therapy, so I always just get somebody, and then I get the friends and family discount.
Thank you for letting me know. But honestly, I'm gonna reach out to you and Candace, see if I can get on y'all books to set up me an appointment to really see how y'all can help me for real.
Okay, you don't need an appointment with me. You can text me. Sorry, you don't have to go through the formal mechanism. You bypass that and you get to just have it on my free time. That'll be our sisterly time. Okay. So
I
nobody on this call thinking somebody I'm charging somebody. I'm not charging somebody. Okay.
You know why?
No.
You know why I did that though. You know why I did that because I respect you as a business owner. Because some people will try to take their, and I used the other night, that you're my real sister. But a lot of people, especially people who meet you just out or whatever, they'll call that sis and bro. And when they want to sis and bro you, is because they don't attach a monetary price to you helping them, right? It's an actual service if you want me to help you publish your book. But because you're my actual sister, I still respect what y'all do, because it's not just you, it's you and Candace. And I never want to take away from what you guys are doing. And I will go through the process. But the fact that you say I don't have to, but I never wanted to just say, hey, well, let me just talk to you because I know you do this.
I appreciate that. See, that's why we got that respect. Y'all see that there, but I appreciate you too. But you know, you getting the exclusive here. People gonna go back and put this interview on TMZ one day. They're gonna replay this interview over.
Yeah. Y'all already speak that into existence. So when I see this on TMZ, I would say they said it.
Okay, since we doing it, Essence, let it go ahead and drop on Essence. All these black women, all these little Candace Cocoa Petals.
I'll take it. Wow, this has been really, really good. Like I didn't know what to expect, but this has been really, really good. And I'm not just saying this because I do this all the time, but honestly, whenever people come on, and God has really just given me the ability to create a space where people just share freely, and it's no pretense. You just share whatever comes to your mind. And I didn't know about, y'all testimonies and all of that, but it was like, it's just a blessing. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful. I'll let you and Candace share whatever else you guys want to share. Before we end it tonight, y'all are welcome to share anything else. Miss Lantoinette, I know I said, Miss Lantoinette says awesome, great, and powerful information. She's in Texas. So I know I saw Miss Lantoinette said she needed a plan. So if any of you are looking, and you just by way of what they're doing, you can tell people who know what they're talking about. So these women know what they're talking about. So if you're looking for somebody to help you kind of get your plan in place, to want to kind of help you move into your business, figure out what benefits that you have to do that, I would say definitely reach out to them. Look at their website down here. Go check it out. Refer them to friends. Share this broadcast with your friends, with your family, those that you know that are looking for people to help kind of run the back end and kind of give them some advice and coaching. Definitely reach out to these ladies, because these ladies know exactly what they're talking about. So I'm going to defer it back over to you, beautiful ladies, and then y'all can share any closing or last things. Ashley, I think you're supposed to talk about the
Creative Flowers.
Yep.
Okay, well, what I want to say about the programming, or you can go to our website and request services. We do offer discounts. So that's part of the charitable piece, because we don't want you to feel like, oh, it's a burden. And we give a 30-minute consultation to everyone. So we give you a 30-minute free consultation to understand what your needs are. And so it's not only Candace and I, but we have a whole posse of Black folks. And one thing we do that's unique is that we offer 50-minute one-off sessions. So you may be a person that's like, okay, I need help with this particular thing. Like, I got a job interview, or I'm going to fill out my LLC form. Well, we can just help you with that. And you go off and do it and come back. It doesn't have to be like you commit and we only help you if you pay $1,500. It's like we purposefully have one-off sessions because we understand that people need support in different places. So I want folks to know that. And this is the thing, because we have different expertise. Maybe Candace is very into like marketing and social media, so she would do that for you. And then I might be the one that's on the Secretary of State of Georgia with you, helping you fill out the other form. So that's how we do. And you can look at our roster online and see all the different folks. And when you fill out the request services, you can click everybody who you're interested in, and in the box you can tell us what you're interested in. Like, I want to work with Cindy because she is getting her PhD. I want to work with Candace for marketing. So I just wanted to plug that. And the last thing with minding the time is I want to talk about our Creative Flowers Professional Sister Circle. So this is our signature program. Oh, thank you for sharing the website. This is our, if you go year of the Black woman and then Creative Flowers.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of like walk them through what you said. Year of the Black woman. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Scroll down. Because this year, 2021, y'all, is Year of the Black Woman. That's all Candace Feldman. And then click Creative Flowers. And all these graphics, Candace did that. And one of the Black women from our program designed the woman face in the middle, you see, the logo, that the face, and then Candace designed the rest. So that just tells you some of the talent that's coming through our program. So the Creative Flowers program, Sister Circle, is a 1 month cohort. You meet once a week for 4 weeks, and we take you through a self-investment plan to invest in yourself to move forward. And then what we're going to be starting to do, and again, you're getting all the exclusives tonight, 7-8, is we're going to start doing pop-ups because we understand people have busy lives and some folks can't do the 4 weeks. So we're going to start doing some Saturday pop-ups over the next few months for folks who want to do it, but they can do it on one Saturday versus having to do it during the week to interact with all your other things. But these women, each cohort names themselves. So far we have the Black Pearls, the Fleur Noirs, and then we're flirting with the Cocoa Petals. We'll see. But each cohort basically reps their squad. And whenever it is safe again, we do plan to host in-person sessions and reunions. So if you come through, you can rep your squad when you come get together. But it's just a lot of Black woman creatives loving on each other. And even if you're a creative, probably even if you don't identify as such, we have an accountant in our group this time. So if you love to, gel with us, loved how we talk, love what we were talking about, you can still come to the program as well. So it is open to all folks. So that's our Creative Flower Sister Circle. And Simone, thank you so much for inviting us tonight. I feel like this is the new beginning of a whole new relationship. Because Simone and I'll just tell y'all, she's old enough than me that at a point she was too old for us to be friends. She was too grown for that. So I feel like we finally caught up. We finally caught up now. You know what I mean? I'm in middle school, you in college. We can't we finally caught up. So I think this is the beginning of something very beautiful. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I agree too. I'm excited. So thank you so much, Candace. Thank you. You bring the flavor to it. What you got to say? What do you got to say to add to what you beautiful ladies are doing?
I'll just say, in closing, in short, that I really love my business partner.
I love you, Candace.
And get a sister, get a squad, get a Black woman that will be on your side, that will encourage you to be brave and to step into your own excellence. I mean, to be honest, Ashley and I spend a lot of time loving on each other. Aww. Because we need it. We're human. We're Black women. We do everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And we've been putting up with it for far too long. Yeah. So we don't want to do that anymore. And we remind each other that we don't have to do that because we're checking in on each other. We're keeping each other safe. And as Black women, we have to keep each other safe. Yeah. No one's going to look out for us but us. We are the most disrespected. Yeah. We cannot allow that to happen, not to each other. Not to each other. And so I do a lot of producing work. Ashley does a lot of everything else that takes to run a business. As you can see, she set up our empire. I just get to play with it. My favorite part, I just get to do art and create programs like Year of the Black Woman. And I have this partner that's just like, what else can we do for Black people? I'm like, let's do this. And she's like, oh, do it. I believe. Yeah. Believe in yourself. Trust God. Go forward. Get out of toxic zones. That's what I would do. That's my last thing. And find that joy because it's so great.
Wow. I want to shout out Charm in the chat. We're sending you love. Please let us know if there's any tools that we can share. And we're all about sharing. So anyone that's listening to this video later, please don't let cost prohibit you because we believe in paying it forward.
Absolutely.
So we want to support you and share every resource that we have to push you forward where you want to go.
Yep, absolutely. We are here for it. That's why we exist. That's why we found each other to do this work. And, just to comment, Simone, I have no problem talking about my mental health or depression because we need to be talking about it more in our community. And I don't believe that God got me through that place so that I could be quiet about it. Yeah. So I really just want everybody to know that's listening, wherever your entryway is, wherever you're coming from, whatever is going on, there's nothing that can get in the way of your blessing. What's it say? Baby, no one can curse what God has blessed.
Amen. Well, that sounds like a final word right
there. That's all. I'm just doing motions because you said final word. So I'm just like, okay.
I love that. Wow. This has been amazing. Charm says she has so much inside of her to get her unmute herself. Yeah, Charm, you gotta unmute yourself for real. This has been amazing. This is more, it's always like God always does more when he brings people on. And so I love you, ladies. Thank y'all so much for coming on and being so open and sharing great things for the beautiful people who are watching or catch the replay. So actually, I look forward to what God's going to do for us. So, guys, you get to see, this firsthand. You can see my sister and see how God's going to do this whole thing. So stay tuned. Y'all are welcome back anytime. I know you said you don't do social media, but you are welcome to come back anytime. Candace, you can come back anytime because you ladies really did share some really good things. So, Miss Lantonette, thank you for commenting. Miss Charm, thank you for commenting. My mama, he probably went back to work, but I love you. Thank you to all of you beautiful people who are on, who will catch the replay, who will shout us out in the replay. Definitely go to this website, unlockcreative.org, and see the services that these beautiful ladies have. And maybe you may not be in a position that you want to step out on your job, but you know somebody who does, or know somebody who wants to be a part of their 100 Black women. Shout some other beautiful Black women out. So
yes,
you guys, I pray that the Lord continues to bless the works of you ladies' hands, and that everything you touch will prosper, that no weapon formed against you guys will prosper, but you guys will go and you will be great, and you will continue to do exactly what God has given you to do. And the fact that y'all give back so much that it will be given unto you into your bosom, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. And so I apply the blood of Jesus over y'all doorposts, over your homes, wherever y'all travel, that no premature death angel will take you, that you guys will win souls for the kingdom, even in the arts business. Come to you because of the blessing. People will come to you because of the anointing. People will come to you because you carry and you house the spirit of the Lord. And so I pray that God will continue to keep you guys, keep Aiden, your husband, Candace, your family, everybody. And Father, we thank you tonight for what you have done. I thank you that this video, this Facebook Live, it will reach far and wide. I thank you now that it'll reach Essence. It'll reach every other place it's supposed to go. And I thank you for increase in Unlock Creative. I thank you for increase in the student teaching. I thank you for increase on everybody else that's watching this tonight. In the name of Jesus. And we give you glory and we give you praise. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Hallelujah. That was great for Ashley's husband and Candace, your family. I was like,
oh, because I didn't know.
I was kidding.
See, that's Candace. Candace is the fun. Candace gonna make you laugh.
I'll make you laugh.
That is so funny, but I didn't know. Like, does they have a name? What's their name?
Oh, no. The funny thing is, quick story. I was supposed to be going to Hong Kong. And if you are a single man, you check the box bachelor. If you are a single woman, you have to check the box spinster.
What?
I had to check that box last year. I was like, 2020, you can just go kick rocks. I had to physically check a box that called myself a spinster. I was like, you know what? I don't need this. I don't need it from America, and I sure don't need it from Hong Kong.
But she didn't go to Hong Kong, y'all.
Oh, no. You know, that was canceled. 2020 was canceled.
Okay.
That is too funny. So it's two. So we have two spinsters, and then you have a married woman. So hey, it's all good. Two spinsters. That is too funny.
Good company.
Yeah. Well, guys, listen, we're going to say goodnight to you beautiful people. Thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you again the next episode of Speak Life. Peace.